What's up, my brothers? Today I want to talk about my MGTOW phase, aka my MGTOW phase. I was sent my own way. At the time, I deluded myself into thinking I was going my own way, but in actuality, I was sent my own way. Brothers, I remember when I was in college, I was donating plasma, and one of the screeners, she was Hispanic, Latina. She wasn't the prettiest, but I just liked her. I don't know why. I just liked her. Have you ever been attracted to a girl who wasn't all that pretty, but there's something about her that you just can't explain? This was one of those types of girls, one of those types of females. She wasn't the most gorgeous girl. She was like a 5 out of 10, but for some strange reason, I was really, really into her. I would have conversations with her. We would talk about life. We would talk about sex, relationships. We would just talk about all sorts of things. And one day, she's screening me. I was always hoping I would get screened by her. I just loved being in her presence. I loved talking to her. I just loved everything about her. And one day we were talking, and she was talking about her relationship problems with this guy that she's been seeing. And me, at the time, I'm like, ooh, she's having relationship problems. Let me step in and fill the void. That's where my mind was headed. She was just talking about how, like, he cheats, he does this, he does that, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, man, she's really, like, going in on this dude. She's about to break up with this dude. I need to step my game up. So, we're talking. She's, talking about her problems with him. And I was just like, hey, if things don't work out, let me get your number. Let me talk to you. I want to talk to you outside of this. And she was like, yeah. I'm texting her, stuff like that. I ended up finding her on Facebook, and I found the guy who she was in a relationship with. He was a black guy. I was like, okay, so she's into black dudes too. This is nice. Texting, and a couple of days later, I see on her Facebook that she's back with the guy. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm texting her, trying to get to know her, all this stuff, and she's back with this guy. She was just dogging him out not too long ago. And now she's back with this guy. And I was just like, what the fuck? Seeing her back with that guy, it killed me emotionally. I damn near cried. I was so upset. I was like, man, I like this girl. I'm into this girl. This girl is exactly my type. Everything I would hope for. She's having problems with her man. I could come in, step in, and then she, gets back with the guy. She was using me as an emotional tampon. I get upset. I get angry. And on my Facebook post, Facebook got me into a lot of trouble. That's why I had to get rid of it. Facebook, I was such a simp on Facebook. I wish I could take back everything I've done on there. I post on my status, I was like, you know what? These women ain't shit. These women don't know what they want. Screw all women. I'm going MGTOW. I deluded myself into thinking I'm just going to swear off all women. They're going to treat me like shit, then fuck it. So be it. I'm going MGTOW. And that's when the MGTOW movement was starting to rise. At that time, I didn't know it was a cult. And I guess she got the gist of who I was talking about. And from that point on, the relationship was not relationship. I was never in a relationship. Our situationship, from my perspective, not from her perspective, but from my perspective, it was never the same. We didn't have the conversations that we used to. Even when I tried to pretend I wasn't hurt around her, she knew something was up. She knew. And we were never the same since. Eventually, she left that job. We lost contact. And there you have it. Brothers, if I knew then what I know now, I would have never wasted my time. I was used as an emotional tampon. See, now, that's never going to happen. But back then, that used to happen to me all the time because I thought, you know what? If a woman feels comfortable around me, if she can tell me all her problems, maybe I can get into those panties. You know, maybe I can get inside that ass, you know? But that's a mistake. That's a mistake. She was attracted to a more attractive guy because the guy was more attractive than me. She was attracted to the better looking guy. She didn't give a shit how he treated her. She's just like, hey, he's a better looking guy. I like this guy. I prefer this guy. And let me tell you something, brothers. A woman would rather be treated like shit than to be with you if you're not the best looking guy. If guy A is better looking but treats her like shit, she's going to go for him 95% of the time. You could be a great guy. You could be average looking. She'll never take you. Ever. It's only on rare occasions and outliers where the woman will take the less attractive but good guy. And at the end of the day, are you really a good guy? Because you want what the bad guy is getting. You want what he's getting. So are you really a good guy? That's something you got to talk to yourself about as well, you know? But brothers, I was young when this happened. I was in my early 20s. I'm 31 now. I wish I was Blackpill then. It would have kept my pride, my integrity intact. It would have kept me from wasting time. It would have kept me from making a fool of myself thinking MGTOW is the way. MGTOW is never the way. MGTOW is the Coper's way. That's all it is. But all right, brothers, I talked long enough. I will come at you with some more content later on. I got some more stories I got to tell. And the thing is, I'm telling these stories to prevent younger guys from making the same mistakes. I just don't want you to embarrass yourself, make a fool of yourself like I did. Save yourself the trouble. All right, brothers, take heed. Peace.